Lincoln is continuing to try and make a beachhead in the American luxury market, and with the MKC, this may be their opportunity to get a foothold and hold on and grow from there and make some inroads. So today here on Rumblestrip.NET and 10-minute test drive, we're going to have a look at the Lincoln MKC and see if this is the vehicle that can launch Lincoln into its next chapter. Having a look, as we said in the open, at the Lincoln MKC. Say what you will about Lincoln, they're trying. Ford has just recently announced that they are putting $5 billion behind Lincoln to continue to develop and evolve the brand. So it's not going away anytime soon. And that's a good thing, because Lincoln has a good history. Most people don't recognize or understand it, and it's been a while since Lincoln has had its glory days. In fact, most of my lifetime has been outside of Lincoln's glory days. That said, you know, there's something to it. So the Lincoln MKC is obviously built off of the Escape platform, or the Kuga for those of you in Europe, and it has a lot of the advantages that it does. It has a lot of the limitations it does. But it is something more than just a gussied up Escape. Yes, the dimensions are pretty close. And the big issue that it has, and as we said in our original review of the Escape, which we'll annotate up here somewhere, is the platform is the way the platform is set up. The rear seat room is not the best. And in this one, it continues to be that. So why was Lincoln putting this out on the market? Well, there's a number of reasons. One, and really number one, is that the fastest growing segment in the luxury market is the small SUV/crossover market, and that's where this is going to be competing against the likes of the brand new Lexus NX. Annotation, we like that one a lot in our first drive. Looking forward to having that again, probably in early 2015 for review. The Audi Q5, which again, SQ5, we like that one a lot. You know, it's a performance version, or performance for US version, I guess I should say. You know, there is the GLK Mercedes, the X3 BMW, the Land Rover Evoque. So very crowded market, but being one of the fastest growing segments, being a highly profitable segment, it's something you want to compete in. So off the bat, is this thing any good? And the answer to that is yes, actually, it is. The interior materials, which we were, you know, going to be careful on, because that is really where these things are, you know, this is the make or break point, at least from our point of view. It's good. It's really good. There are a couple pieces of hard plastic in here, but they're really in areas that don't matter, in the sense that you see them in the B-pillar area if you're looking for it. But again, it's sort of hidden in the sense of it's not a touch point, so it's okay, you can get away with that. But all of the touch points that matter, it's good. It's nicely padded. Yes, this is a little bit rubbery up here, but it feels like it's going to be durable. It is a soft touch material. It has some nice double stitching in it, so it looks really nice. One of the things we're really impressed with is the wood trim. Now, most of the time, wood trim is, you know, fake. It simply is, you know, plastic that's been hydro dipped with a pattern. And this one, if it is really well done. This actually, we believe, is real wood, because it actually has some texture to it. It feels like a piece of laminate that was cut. Yes, it's probably a very thin, you know, maybe not even an eighth of an inch, but you can but the way that it feels, the way it's textured, the way it's bent in some of the angles here on the dash makes it feel legit, and we believe that it is. So really well done, because even some of the higher end cars from Germany, that the wood trim is, again, hydro dipping. Just really well done hydro dipping. Another area that is, a bit controversial is how Lincoln has decided to lay out the gear shift. And just like in the MKZ we tested, and again, thought that was pretty good, it is the buttons here up on the dash. A lot of people have problems with that. Why? I don't know. After about 2 or 3 days, you get used to it. It's really no big deal. And the interesting contrast for us is that the vehicle we had before this is the Lincoln Navigator. And the contrast between the two is huge. And I'm not talking just in the size. Yes, the Navigator is huge. It is much bigger. When we got into this initially, it's like, oh my God, this actually felt right-sized, I guess. And that's sort of on our ongoing thing, and we're liking more compact, condensed vehicles, not the big old sprawling vehicles of yesteryear. That's just a personal thing. You may differ on that. But some of the contrasts are, this has, in some ways, a better interior than the Navigator. It also has true keyless entry, where when you walk up to the Navigator with the key, it wouldn't unlock. You pull the handle, it doesn't automatically unlock. Now it has the the keypad that Ford's had for 100 years that you could punch in a code. But how many people have actually ever used that? Even this has it, but I mean really, how many people actually ever use that? No, this has the true keypad, lock, unlock, you approach. It has the welcome, courtesy lights. It has the puddle lights with the big Lincoln emblem on it. So the little touches that people expect in these kind of vehicles are here. So Lincoln has executed that very well. The audio got even worse, so we'll just kind of talk over here and just let you know that. Power in this 2.3-liter EcoBoost is 285 horsepower at 5,500 RPMs. Torque is 305 at 2,750. And you really do notice that extra low-end torque. The turbo spools quickly. There's very little lag to be felt. Now, the base engine in this is a 2.0-liter EcoBoost, and that has 240 horsepower at 5,500 RPM and 270 torque at 3,000. Now, is there an advantage in fuel economy with the smaller motor? Not really. The 2.3 is rated at 18 city, 26 highway, and 21 combined, and we found those numbers to be pretty spot on. With the 2-liter EcoBoost, the numbers are 19 city, 26 highway, and 22 combined. So, since the larger motor is only an $1,100 option, why wouldn't you choose that? My Lincoln Touch works fine for the most part. However, if you do have a large music library, there can be an issue. In the past, we've had issues with my Ford Touch, my Lincoln Touch, but we thought that was related to just having an old iPod Touch. But we have an iPhone 6, we have a lot of music on it, a couple thousand songs, on the device, and probably about 9,000 when you count the cloud. So when the first time we plugged it in, it went to index it, and it took a long time. And by a long time, we're talking 20 minutes to index this thing. That seems a little absurd. However, the new My Ford Touch, My Lincoln Touch version 3 is about to roll out, and that should solve many of these issues that anyone's ever had with My Ford Touch and My Lincoln Touch. One of the cool styling touches on the MKC is the wraparound rear hatch. Ford actually had to develop a whole new stamping procedure to build this thing, and it's a hydro stamping procedure. It gives the rear end a much more premium look and a much better presence, and it also helps to further differentiate the MKC from the Escape. So let's wrap this up. The base price is a little over $39,000 for this all-wheel drive 2.3-liter version. And as tested, it's almost $48,000, but it is almost fully equipped. That is a good chunk of money, but it's pretty competitively priced in its segment. It drives well, it's competitive, interior, exterior, driving, fuel economy, with pretty much everything in its segment. And if you wanted to drive an American vehicle in this segment, you really can't go wrong with the MKC. If you've only driven German cars or Lexus or Infiniti, we think that you should give this thing a shot and you'll like what you see and you'll probably be surprised. So Lincoln is actually building a solid luxury vehicle that can compete in a much larger market. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up, like, subscribe, throw some comments down in. And yes, we do apologize that the audio was not so good in this thing. We've had a bunch of equipment problems here in the last 6 months. We're hopefully getting that sorted out. But till we see you next time, thanks for watching.